Hi everyone, I'm Lisabella Mancello. I'm the founder of Lisabella Mancello & Co. So I teach women entrepreneurs how to turn their failing online businesses to profitable, thriving empires by implementing the correct business tools and marketing strategies. So today we're going to look at 4 ways to change your Facebook ads, which are not working, into profitable, engaging ones. So are you completely over wasting money on your Facebook ads? I know of so many people who tweak, test, you name it, but they still cannot nail their ads. As unfair as that is, I have some good news for you. What if I can share some ways you can tweak your ads and make them profitable? I'm going to share my 4 top tips with you, and you can do it. You can start today. So tip number 1 is your offer is key. It can make or break your campaign. Here's what you need to do is you really need to look hard at the copy, and it really needs to speak to your potential client emotionally. You need to know how to hit the right emotional chords, and your offer needs to sell without selling. Remember, on social media, people don't like to be sold to. They like to buy stuff. So I've got some images I just want to discuss with you, just to give you an example. So these are the top half are the really high arousal emotions. So if you can use those in your copy, really bring that out. The bottom half are sort of lower arousal, but they also work very well. So try use these emotions in your copy to get reaction from people. So now I just wanted to give you an example. This lovely, beautiful sweaters on the top here, they're really stunning. But again, they don't really cause like huge amounts of emotion. When you look at them, you might think, that's nice, I wouldn't mind one. But when you look at the bottom one, that is a completely different story. I mean, if you buy a t-shirt, you're going to be feeding 7 sheltered dogs. You know, people really take to that. Now, unfortunately, I've cut the likes off at the bottom here, but you can see with the sweaters, there was, I think, 520 likes, 3 comments. So yeah, you know, it's good enough likes and comments, but the bottom had hundreds and thousands of likes, you know, so many comments. People just really took to this. This really played on people's hearts, on their emotions, and it did its job. So, and I'm not saying use emotional blackmail like that in all your ads, but really take it in how just using a bit of emotion can really make a difference to your Facebook ad. Then number 2, your image is vital. And I'm talking about a lot of color. This will really make your post pop. Don't forget, the viewer has so many ads in front of them. Yours must really attract their attention. So I just wanted to give you some stats, because I know like people think, oh, you know, this is so much work. Why go through all this effort just to get an ad out? So 62% of consumers are on Facebook, 12% on interest, 11% on Twitter, and 9% on Instagram. So it really is worth making the effort in your ads. 58% of consumers engage with Facebook ad at least once before they buy. So again, it makes sense to run ads because 58% of a consumer has to see an ad once before they'll even consider buying the 2nd or 3rd time. So that's just some stats which I found very, very interesting. So when it comes to getting your image, the keyword is engage. You really have to stop somebody from scrolling, and they need to engage in your post. So how would you do this? You'll do it with emotion, motion, and color. Your color needs to really pop out. They need to see the emotion in the ad, And motion is also always good if you can, like facial expressions, things like that. So I'm going to give you an example. Here's 3 images I found, which I thought were absolutely lovely. Like the top one, are you frustrated with Facebook? It really shows in her face. You can really see she's frustrated. Yes, it's still quite funny, you know, it still amuses you. The little girl, this is a good example of probably all 3 really, like emotion, like you'd bond with her because she's such a sweet little girl. The motion, if you look at her beautiful blue eyes, they are looking at that save $10 sign up. So that's the actual call to action. And because her eyes are looking in that direction, you look at it as well, which is perfect. And color, obviously the beautiful purple beret just really pops, as do her beautiful blue eyes. And then the image on the right, the colors are amazing, and also her face has got some emotion, you know, it's interesting. So those for me are really good examples. So another thing with your image, it's really important to make sure you don't have too much text on. Otherwise, Facebook don't put it in front of many people. You really will lose engagement. So you're only supposed to have 20% maximum text on your Facebook ad. And here's a tool. I've put the link there. If you want to test your text, you just type in that and you can actually see if your text is correct. Again, don't mess up your ad by putting too much text on, because all your money and your time will just go to waste. Tip number 3 is targeting. So most small businesses say they don't know where to find and reach new prospective clients. With Facebook, it is so easy to target your perfect customer. What you need to really work on is to know who your ideal client is. And you need to really learn how to target on Facebook. Facebook allows you to really laser target based on interests, behaviors, demographics, or connections, which is spelled incorrectly, lookalikes, and custom audience. I have a client who is excellent at targeting, and I just wanted to give you an example. She put 2 ads out to grow her business page, and she ended up spending around £60 on it, but she got amazing reaction, and that's because she targeted so precisely. She knows exactly who her ideal client is, to where they live, and she has targeted them, and she grew her fan page ridiculously by just doing that, which is absolutely amazing. She paid 1 cent per lead. I mean, that is fantastic. 1 cent. That is great. And then number 4 is to build a successful ad. Now, with a successful ad, you start with a solid foundation. It's not just chucking pieces together and, you know, you don't throw spaghetti at the wall and hope for the best. You've really got to start with your message, what we learned in step 1. So you start with a very powerful message, and then you know, it's your offer, you work on that, and then you need to test and tweak and test and tweak and put all the other elements in, you know, as you're going along. It's really important to get a great ad together. So here's some different elements that you really should be testing on an ongoing basis. For your ad design, the image, the text, the headline, your call to action, and your value proposition. Your targeting, your country, your gender, the interests, the age, the custom audience, the relationship status, you know, the purchase behavior, the educational levels. And then miscellaneous. Guys, landing page, please, please, please. You know, what's the point of spending so much time and money on your ad, and then you just have this dodgy landing page? Your landing page is so important. Basically, when people land there, if it's not good, they can leave. It's got to be so enticing and interesting that they definitely want to sign up. Ad placement is important, your campaign objective, and your ad type. So I just wanted to show you an example where, you know, where you really need to tweak and not just hope for the best. So this is Ad Espresso. For those who don't know who they are a platform for Facebook ads. That's all they do. So you can test your ads there. You can tweak. It's actually an amazing tool. So if you look at the image on the left with the man holding a book, I think it is, and the one on the right, for me, the left, I would say, is a no-brainer. That would be my favorite ad by far. Yet, strangely enough, if you look at the conversion underneath the ad, not that way. You know, the ad on the right was by far the most popular, and the cost per conversion was half the price. So that just goes to show. I mean, I think Ad Espresso was also quite shocked. They were obviously thinking the one on the left is going to be the winner, but no, you know, and this is just what happens from tweaking. You can never, ever just assume. So yeah, the moral of the story is to test everything and assume nothing. All right, so if you're interested in trying Ad Espresso, they've got a 14-day free trial. And remember, with Facebook ads, you need to be consistently testing, consistently tweaking, and consistently playing around. Don't keep starting over and just abandoning your ad after 2 days for a new idea, because you're never actually going to build a beautiful ad that way. Just rather tweak your existing ad. It usually takes around 2 weeks for an ad to gain momentum and traction. I would highly recommend that when you're starting with an ad, you start with a $2 a day budget. And as your ad gains momentum and gets more popular and gets more traction, then you can up your budget. So I hope you found that useful. If you would like a copy of the slides, there's a link below. You can download them. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share, and I will catch you on the next one. Have an amazing day. Bye.